Welcome back, subscribers, and hello YouTube viewers. On this occasion we're at a marina in a town called Vodice. Now I think I've pronounced that correctly. I did ask a lady just around the corner here, and it's the city of flowers, but I'm more inclined to think it's more of a city of boats. We'll have a look around. It's relatively early in the morning, and the drone has already been up, so I've given you I've been able to get a bird's eye view of the whole area, including the marina. There's a lot to be seen. This town doesn't really sort of pop up on any maps as being something significant, but once you're here you realise it actually is. Now that's either poor marketing or they're not advertising this little secret little place. There's still a lot of tourists around, but they're all of my vintage, if you know what I mean. I think the kids are back at school, because as I was driving into this town, it was a lot of school buses and kids crossing roads and all that sort of stuff. So that's all good. And once again, this is between Split and Zadar, where I'm staying. So we'll have a look around and let's see the sights and sounds of this place. So here we are. This is just one of the marinas. Actually, where you see that large ship in the distance, that swings around to the right, and there's even more larger ships down there. It looks like it's a place where you can rent these yachts to cruise the Croatian islands on your own, or with a skipper, I guess. Now you've got two sort of seafronts. You've got this one with a few restaurants and people just sitting out and having their morning cup of tea, and then you've got another one further around this side, and this side seems to be a little bit more popular. So we'll have a good look around. So you can probably see in the distance, right in the middle of your screen, sort of now, at the rooftops, you'll see some of the older buildings with the different rooftops. But this is very much a modern marina, tourist town. I think the whole town relies a lot on tourism, and in relation to the renting and the using of all the yachts that are in the distance behind you or in front of you at the moment. Now there are a lot of monuments. I'm not going to second guess what they all are. We'll have a look at a few of them and let's keep going. Now, like every town in Croatia, they have a butcher shop and a bakery. That seems to be the standard. There is a souvenir shop further down. There is a market just there onto your right, and some other stores as well. I can see another sort of delicatessen. So yeah, considering it's pretty early, a lot of people are up. I think they all come out for breakfast, as in not your traditional breakfast that we might know. They seem to just come out for a cup of coffee and a cigarette. Is something that I see quite regularly people doing, and they just sit and chat. Now I can also say driving here was absolutely fantastic. As long as you stay off the major roads you'll be fine, but it's ideal for adventure bikes or any sort of real bikes, and bikes are everywhere. A lot of people from overseas, a lot of Germans, a lot of Dutch, I've seen a few Italians, and the only reason I know that is their number plates give them away. There's your street signs. So here's a memorial for those, I believe, have fought in their independence for Croatia. I am starting to notice there's quite a number of these sort of memorials. Nearly every town has one, to commemorate those that unfortunately lost their lives for their independence, which is, I think, an important thing, which is good. So this is just another angle from where that shopping strip is. And we'll continue on. Now I can tell you that the season is over for excursions with boats. Definitely at this town, everything's been put away, even though it's still quite warm. I guess that the numbers of tourism has dropped drastically, and it's more the seniors that are out here, or those of wealth and independence. Now I'm not sure if you can see behind me, but all those boats that are lined up pretty much on either side are rentals, and you can go from one day to a whole month if you want to use it. And this is the place where you come to do it. I've just been into like the restrooms for this marina. They're just fantastic. Some of the bathrooms are sort of questionable, but the ones at the marinas are just outstanding. The showers, there's everything there. So I thought I'd just share you that. So everyone's just chilling out, having their cup of tea. Not a worry in the world. So there's a very modern looking hotel. I'm going to guess and say that top thing there is a restaurant, or is it like the Port Authority? I'm more inclined to think it's a restaurant with some nice views. But as you can see, there's some terrific boats for excursions to the islands. There's another little sculpture. There's the Croatian flag. So once again, this is the what I believe to be like an excursion boat, or one that you purchase a ticket and you stay on board and they take you through all the islands over a period of days. Very peaceful. So it is near the end of October, and I can tell you it's probably the best time to come. The tourists have pretty much gone. The weather is still fantastic, and as much as the crowds don't really bother me, it's just nice to be able to walk around where there aren't the big crowds that you normally associate with a lot of these places. So here we have a diving / taxi excursions. So they've obviously got diving in this area, or not too far. I'd imagine there'll be a lot of things to dive on, especially during all the wars and battles that have occurred along the Adriatic over the centuries. Not sure if you can hear that in the background, but the church bells are going off. And here's one of those other monuments or memorials. This one's huge. So just here we have the names of all the people from this area. I think it's for those that passed away and participated in the Second World War. And there's a large number here as well. So here we have some of the cruise ships or day excursions. I don't think they're going to get any more business today. Because it's such a nice day, everyone's just sitting in the cafes, taking in the weather and the passing public. It is a really beautiful day. I can't reiterate that enough. Once again, this is a dog-friendly town. I think the whole of Croatia is very much dog-friendly, and cats, in general, from what I've seen, can just wander around wherever they want to wander. And there are sometimes signs that you see saying, if you want to buy dry food and feed them, you're more than welcome. So that's terrific. So very much a pet-friendly country altogether. Now, this particular ship here on my right that I'm focusing in on, that brand that I see painted on the side of the boat, I do believe that's like a ferry service. I've seen them everywhere in Split, Zadar. So they've got a huge fleet of these ships that go around, and I think they just do like a ferry service for whoever wants to get on. I don't think this is purely for tourism. I think this is just a regular shuttle that they do for people to get around as well. So I'll have to double check that, but that's what I believe it to be. So I'm just going to make my way to this particular boat down the end here, because it does catch your eye. You do see it from a distance, and it's one of the bigger ones that you see in this marina. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a little school of fish that just swam past. Now, the water here is absolutely not crystal clear, clear enough to see the bottom, which is just amazing. Very, very clear water. So here's this ship that stands out from the rest just purely by size. She's a beauty, this one. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name of the ship. It's going to be, I'll probably get it wrong. But it does look like it's all made out of wood. And with plenty of cabins to take one on a lovely cruise. Very nice. And there's her name. What a beauty. So if one's curious on how they got their name for this town, it basically comes from the fact that there's a river that lies under the town, and I'm not sure if it's fresh water or ocean water or sea water. One will need to read this, press pause, and on the far right of the plaque has it all in English. Now, just down this main thoroughfare, there are a few more cafes, and I'm sure you could see in the distance the church. So here we are at the church, and there's a sculpture there, or a sculpture made out of barbed wire. Wow. And there's your church. If it's open and I can take photos, we'll go in. If we can't, we can't. So this church is the parish church of St. Cross. And there you have it. I do like this plaque here. It does have a medieval feel about it, and you can see that the church was the centre of the town at one stage. So this is basically inside the church. This is your ceiling. So there is a spiral staircase to one corner of the church. We'll go up and see what we see. Now it does look like there's a bit of scaffolding at the back of the church, so they're obviously doing some sort of maintenance. So I'm up in the balcony up the back. It's very quiet in here. I'm not sure if you can see the bell up there. See if we can zoom in a little bit. I think this gets, I think I actually captured this in the drone when I fly around. once again, with all these towns, very narrow corridors leading you all over the place, which is just great. And then we'll make our way back to the coastline. Now, just a brief history and also the pronunciation of this place. I've looked it up, and according to Google Croatian translation, it's pronounced Vodice. So Vodice was first mentioned in 1402, although it was founded already in the Roman times as Arausa. Its name derives from the word meaning water sources, which supplied the whole area. As part of the Republic of Venice, from 1412 to 1797, the defence walls from the times of the Turks with the Ćorić Tower, or Ćorić Kula, is how it's pronounced in Croatian, I believe, testifies the past times. Other similar monuments are St. Cross's Church on the former graveyard, built in 1421, and the parish church in the town centre, built in 1746, which we had a look at. So here we are nearing the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, that's great. If you did, by all means, click on that like button or that thumbs up icon. Please consider subscribing. Subscribing does not cost you 1 cent, but helps out the channel immensely. But most importantly, no matter where you are, stay safe, commute safe, and have a great day.